Hey guys, and welcome to our new YouTube channel. There is one main reason we have moved from Instagram to YouTube with the bulk of our content, and that is purely to do with time. We were getting frustrated that on Instagram we were just limited, and I wanted to try and get as much information across to you, whether that is about the brand, whether that's about our patient experiences or our testimonials, or probably most importantly about the education that we can transport over to you. So I think a really nice video to start off with is just going to be reminding you about the story so far. So as of September, we will be 6 years deep of Injury Armour. We started September 2020, just coming out of the peak of the COVID pandemic. And a lot's happened since then. We've had a big transformation of staff. We've had a transformation of business model, bringing most of our people onto an employed model so that we can really generate this team, the team that hopefully you're going to get to find out more about as we go through some of these videos as well. So I think it's important that we go right back to the beginning, tell you about what Injury Armour is about, why I started Injury Armour, and ultimately what my vision for the future is, so that you can hopefully grow as the business grows and we offer some more continued fantastic services to you to help you on your health and injury recovery. So as I said, September 2020 was the start of Injury Armour, and ultimately I had this inner frustration that I thought physio could be done better, especially in the Southwest. And that's not to say that I didn't work at some fantastic places before, trying to do some fantastic physio, but I wanted to be in an environment that I could ultimately control to do certain bits that I wanted to do differently. That was around some certain pillars. That was around accurate testing. We wanted to partner with Vald as quickly as we possibly could to try and objectify our data and our testing metrics with you. There's a few clear reasons for that. I felt like I got nervous as a junior physio making decisions about when someone was ready to return to running or when someone was ready to return on the football pitch. So I'll be honest, the decision to partner with Vald and get more into our testing was purely one of anxiety. It was about, I didn't want to be the one responsible off the back of some clinical tests on the bed to say that they were ready to withstand the vigors of 90 minutes of football. I wanted to have much more data behind me and almost defense against a client saying, no, I'm ready to return now. I wanted to say, no, you're not, or yes, you are, based on the numbers on the sheet. So testing was our number one policy that we wanted to stick to. Number two was about customer experience. I wanted to be in an environment whereby we had a fantastic gym to work from. We had really nice spaces to talk to our clients from that allowed them to feel open and comfortable, and the integration of strength and conditioning with physiotherapy. So I think we've done that very well up in Taunton, and we've now rubber stamped that down in Exeter, and hopefully long may that continue as we move forwards. As we continued to grow from then, I think different stakeholders started to get a flavour of what we were doing and to jump on board. So fairly early into that journey, the Injured Jockeys Fund jumped on board with us, and we became the Southwest hub of the Injured Jockeys Fund. What that ultimately means is that we have an influx of professional jockeys, professional race riders, and amateur race riders come into us for their injury needs, their post-trauma needs, and for their screening services to help them return to sport at the right time. A lot of that has allowed us to then pull that back to the general public and offer that same level of intricacy and objectivity for the man trying to return to running at parkrun on the weekend, or a lady trying to return to gardening. But we try to influence these systems because we feel that's what gets people back and keeps people back. At Injury Armour, I say to our physios all the time that being a good physio for me is not about your academic knowledge. It's not about whether you know all the special tests or even whether you can use the Vald kit really well. I think I could teach anyone how to do that. It's about having an empathetic ear, being able to listen, being able to understand, being able to probe out of someone what their goals may be and why they're frustrated they can't achieve those goals at the moment. Because I'm confident 80% of the time, probably 90% of the time, by the time I've spoken to someone and listened to their story, I'm most of the way there in understanding what their problem is, what their goals are, and why they're frustrated they're not achieving them. The testing bit is just to really reinforce and add some meat on the bone. So being a good physio is about customer service. It's about making sure someone can come into you, feel reassured, but leave the clinic appointment with absolute optimism that you've got their back and absolute optimism that this person is going to look after me through that journey and help me get back to where I need to be in a happier state. As I mentioned, over the 6 years, we've gone from one clinic to two clinics, putting our stamp in Taunton and Exeter. That's grown from just being me operating as a one-man band to me and Lyndon trying to run the physio and S&C services next to each other, to now we've got me, Jack, Faye, Jason as our physiotherapy team. We've got Mary and Lyndon as our performance team. And what that's allowed for is that's allowed for what I always dreamt of in generating a team, which is our CPD sessions. So every 6 weeks we get together and we take different training elements and we all train each other on different facets, which can continue to bring the team up. We obviously can have socials, we can have performance reviews. It just means we're accountable, and it's not me believing my own hype or believing what I'm doing is the best ever. We get critiqued, we get challenged, and ultimately we get the support to make sure that the service you receive is audited and is ultimately the best that you could possibly receive. The goals for the future, I want to continue to do this at multiple places around the Southwest. We're at a bit of a crossroads in trying to decide, do we do this in one bigger location, or do we continue to do what we're doing well and we know works just in different locations around the Southwest? So watch this space, because I don't know yet necessarily. We're still trying to work it out. But what we know works is physio and S&C integration with really good testing to help people become the best versions of themselves. Within Injury Armour, I think I'm most proud of the fact that my team have bought into it. I think the fact that we've managed to generate a team of exceptional physios and exceptional practitioners of performance and strength and conditioning, and I think they all buy in. I think they all believe what we're doing is the right way to do things, and they're all excited by the growth. They're excited to see patients. Obviously, from that, I'm super proud of our individual patient journeys and the fact that our patients trust us to take them through that journey. We've had people go through multiple different journeys. We've had people go through one long 5-year journey with catastrophic traumas, whether that be a brain injury or a spinal cord injury. I'm just most proud that people trust us, and that my physios and S&C staff trust me to help continue to push this ship forward. So guys, in summary, it's been an incredible 6 years coming up shortly. Here's to the next 6 years, and hopefully our team can grow from the 4 physios and 2 S&C staff and beyond to who knows where we're going to end up next. We're going to have another physio join. We may have another 2 physios join, so watch this space as well. They will have interesting specialties. They will service another facet of our demographic that currently we're not servicing. So I think there's a lot of people that will get loads of value from one of our physio services. Keep watching the YouTube video as well. Make sure you like and subscribe, because we've got some really interesting content coming out. Our key pillars of what we're going to deliver to you. We're going to let you see behind the lens. We're going to let you look into the brand. We're going to show you our patient stories, and we're going to ultimately give you some education. And because we've got this longer form content, I think there's going to be tons of value from it. So stay tuned.